Welcome back to another pre-EZA and post-EZA video, guys. Now, today's edition is going to be Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. I'm just going to go over and see how well he can perform in a representative of Universe 7 team. I'm not expecting much, but we'll go in and we'll see what he's capable of, all right? So, let's get into it. Alright, so as you can see, this is the team I'm going to be bringing. Just like no support. I just wanted to go in with a full cocked team to make sure that like it's absolute power. Just going to be going into the new Infinite Dragon Ball History stage, and he does need time to stack because all he does is greatly stack his attack. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so we're in the stage. Now, I do definitely have the Zeno support memory active, so like he is going to be doing have a little bit extra defense, and probably like numbers wise he might be a bit higher. But let's take a look at his defense. 80k. I mean, look, he's got a build up. Okay, okay, what does he do? First of all, he does greatly stack his attack on super attack. He starts off with 59% attack and defense at the start of the turn. He does gain 10% attack and defense with each attack received up to 59%, plus an additional 59% attack, and attacks effective against all types when performing an attack if HP is 59% or less once only. Now, that's all he does for his passive, so you're pretty much just banking on him just out-attacking his defense. But unfortunately, like, it's just, in the current meta, you're not going to be able to do that. Now, he does have the Spirit Bomb active skill, which is the main reason he is getting the EZA this celebration. Now, the main issue with it, so it can be activated when HP is 59% or less with 3 or more representatives of Universe 7 category allies on the team. And you can obviously only activate that once. 3 on the team is good. That means you don't need a full team of it. And there still are some good teams where you can just throw a whole bunch of representatives on there. Let's have a look to see how well he performs. I'm very skeptical. He needs to get hit first. You know what? Let's just do this. All right. Prior to him getting hit, at least we're going to get to see how much he can do. 2.2 mil. It's bad, but it's. I was expecting worse, so that's it. Could be worse. Now, obviously, you want to build him the full additional, so he does get the stack. Oh, that's bad. And he barely made a difference on that second attack with the increase of his defense. That's hilarious. So first rotation was pretty subpar, but let's see how we go on the next rotation. Okay, so we're here on another rotation with the Goku. So let's have a look at his defense. He has been hit twice at this point. Look, he still has to get hit at least another, what was it, 4 times? So he has to get hit 6 times, so another 4 times. So let's see, like at least maybe attack stat wise, he could be okay. So well, it was good difference wise, 2.7. I mean, he does greatly stack, so we've only got 1 super attack with him, so that's probably why. Okay, all right, we got to see what he's capable of there. Let's hop over to another rotation and see how much better he is. Okay, so yet another rotation we do have him on. Once he gets hit here, he will be fully built up, right? Obviously not including like extra stacks he gets and whatever, but 3.4. Yeah. Dude, I was honestly more impressed with the STR Super Boo. I mean, he was on a 200% lead when we did this. What I'll do is I'll hop over onto another rotation where we can activate the Spirit Bomb, and we'll see what it's capable of, alright? Okay, so I got pretty lucky, and I was able to end up getting it, like, pretty quickly. With all of his links active as well. Okay, in most events, most times, you're not really going to get much time to stack up his attack. This is probably something that's a bit more realistic when it comes to how much damage is going to output. So let's have a look. I really have, like, never seen this. It just doesn't happen, because I never used him when he first came out. So let's take a look. Yeah, no one said anything about his damage being bad, that's for sure. Oh my god. Let's take him into another event with a 200% lead. I'll be right back. Alright, so finally got him first rotation. And once again, beautiful. We can see what he's able to do without any of his passive activated. So let's have a look here. 82k. What was it before? Was it 75k? So it's like a bit better, but it's like... Let's have a look here. Whoa, why was that less? Oh, because of the... It's also less because I had the Zeno active. Well, yeah. Yep, that makes a lot of sense as well. But that was only by 10%, so that's very strange. Let's move over to another rotation and see if he does any better. So here we are on another rotation. He was hit 3 times previous rotation, so once he's done with his turn, he will be fully built up, still taking damage with 40% damage reduction. 3 mil, okay, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. That was a much quicker build up, considering I've only done 1 super attack. So that's all right. Double super attack? Nah, that's a shame. That's what it looks like. Let's do 1 more rotation with him, and then I think we'll call it for this half of the video. Okay, so here we are on our final rotation with him. Let's do this because, all right, 130. All right, obviously better than what it was before. Was it 120? An extra 10k? That's pretty pathetic. But we'll at least get the Kamehameha link with this Goku, so I can see him doing a little bit of extra damage. With him linked up here, I'm expecting maybe 3.5 is probably what I'm thinking. I'm really not kidding. I was way more impressed with the STR Super Buu prior to his EZA, because I mean, he had better linking partners, he had a bit more defense, like he was at least healing and stuff. Like this Goku, although he can output a lot of damage in one hit, 3.7, bit more than I thought he was going to do, which is good. But like for him to be greatly stacking attack, it's just it feels like he's barely increasing his attack, right? Yeah, and yeah, like too much damage. Honestly, I think we're leaving it there for this half of the video. There's nothing really more to see. He's really just not outputting like any damage, and considering like on his release all he was about damage, is specifically with that Super Spirit Bomb, which is actually definitely his most impressive quality when it came to this part of the showcase. He was able to output like 10 mil no crit, right? Obviously being super effective helped him a lot, but like that's like what the current 8-year anniversaries are doing, right? They're doing around that amount of damage, you know, between 10 and 13 mil, and he's hitting it, right? And with barely stacking him up in attack. So for that reason, I'm impressed with him there, but like that's such a small percentile of what he does. So to be honest, I'm not very impressed, and like I gave him like a 2 out of 10. Like he's really bad. He's really bad. So what I'll do is I'll hand you over to future Koof, and he can take it from here. All right. See you soon, guys. Okay, guys. So we're back. I've finished EZAing the blue Kaioken Goku. What we're going to do is we're going to hop into another team, and we're going to see how he performs. As you can see, this is the team that I am bringing. Same team, same build. Beautiful. We got him in first rotation, so no worries there. And on top of that, we do have quite a few links active for him. Now we can see his defense 145, definitely a lot better than his 79k when he first started. Now I have pre-recorded this so I can just kind of talk to you about his performance instead of trying to like work out what I'm saying. But already starts off with 1 hit at pretty much 7 mil, right? So what I was actually pretty impressed with during his battle, during the time that he is actually being used in this video, is his ability to stack very quickly with his attack. That's what I was most impressed with. Now, let's take a look and see what he actually does. So, obviously, he's a representative of Universe 7 team, Universe Survival Saga, 3 key and 170 to all stats. Greatly stacks attack, and he does raise defense for the turn, which is the difference between Pre-EZA and Post-EZA. And he still does do immense damage. 159% to attack and defense, just flat stats, which is great in comparison to his previous just 59, so an extra 100%. Guards against all attacks and launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack for the first 5 turns from first appearance when there is a Universe Survival Saga category ally self-excluded attacking in the same turn. But let's have a look at what he is defensively right now. So now he's at 200k, so it's definitely better. I'm pretty sure he just refuses doing his super attacks, but there we go, like 8.7 mil. So you can see that there was like a 1.7 mil difference with his attack. Obviously he did get hit a couple times, and obviously he did get at least 1 stack, so he is definitely doing like enough damage. And this is a perfect opportunity to see how well he tanks his attack with a guard. So pretty decent, only 20k, already doing well. So I do like the improvements I have made with his passive skill already. So he gains an additional 10% attack and defense with each attack received, up to 59%. So that's remained exactly the same, that hasn't changed, plus an additional 59% when performing a super attack. So that added that in to give him a little bit extra attack on super attack, which is really nice. Plus an additional 59% attack, again, attacks effective against all types when performing a super attack when HP is 59% or below once only, of course. I think what they've done with the passive is they've built him to a point where it's really helping the character try and get that attack and trying not to get you killed before you can get like a powerful attack off, which is the Super Spirit Bomb. The Spirit Bomb does give, it does do ultimate damage and does give all allies 30% attack for the turn, which is great. And obviously the condition hasn't changed. You still need to be under 59% HP and you need to have 3 or more Universe 7 category allies on the team. It's another 3 or more. So it's him included is 4, right, which is the main issue. Now he does have 210k defense. That's like barely a difference from his previous rotation, which is a little bit like lackluster. But if he can end up doing like 3 super attacks, it's definitely going to help him out, considering I believe he is still guarding on this turn, so that's a bit better. But like 9.7, so literally an extra million from the last attack, so him gaining the 10% attack and defense plus the greatly stacking when he does decide to actually super attack, because he just refuses to do super attack, but now he's fully built up, which is good. So next turn we'll be able to see what he's actually capable of, which is going to be great. I was actually pleasantly surprised with his performance on this team. The guarding did a lot better of a job than I expected it to do, but his defense is very lackluster. Now, I do believe the reason they have not buffed his defense to a point where it's like, okay, this is great. He's not only outputting a hell of a lot of attack, but he's also defending pretty well, is because they want to get you to the point where you can use his Spirit Bomb, right? And on a full team of people who are not taking any damage, if you're using like 8 anniversary units, 7-year anniversary units, hell, even like a UI Goku, right? If you got 2 of him and he's dodging 70% of the time, right, it's going to be impossible to even like get to the point where you can even get under the threshold. And I actually had trouble doing it in this run. I couldn't get under the threshold. We'll go through this run. We'll see what he's capable of doing, you know, next rotation. Then we'll skip over to the run where I actually get the Super Spirit Bomb off. But I do want to tell you that by the end of this run that I do here, he does end up charging for about 15 million attack per super attack, which is absolutely insane. And I swear it happens pretty quickly in comparison to a lot of other characters that take a while to greatly stack. I did just want to bring it up just so like I could let you know that he can put up numbers. I'm not sure that I like the STR Super Boot or him better as the EZA. I'm going to go with the STR Super Boot. He does regenerate HP. He does have more defense, right? He does, and look, they got like 10.8 mil, which is sensational, right? Considering this is what he's fully built up. He's only done about what 3-4 super attacks, so to get to 10 mil, like it's not that difficult of a job. But his guard is gone, so I don't really see him being viable in a lot of teams, like in really difficult content. Like the guarding helps, but he's just, by the time he's doing the attack that you really want him to do, it's his guard's gone. He doesn't have enough defense. What we'll do is we'll hop over to the next event where I end up popping off the Spirit Bomb so we can just see how much damage it does. All right, so I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are. We're in a rotation where we're ready. He's also still fully built up. He's probably super attack about the similar amount of times that you've seen him super attack. So let's have a watch. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Alright, okay. He's got the hardest like hitting attack in the game. Hands down, guaranteed, like for sure. Now, what we'll do is I'm going to now pop over to a 200% lead team where we can see what his stats are there as well. And we'll also pop off the Spirit Bomb there too. So let's get into that as well. So this is a team, just a Beyond Super Saiyan team, with obviously the Kamehameha being the 200% lead. So we'll get into it and we'll see how well he performs. I try to just build a team as if I'm going into like a proper run. Now, same thing, which is really good, getting a lot of links active. So he's got an extra about 20k, I'm gonna say, on top of his defense prior to him being on a 200% lead. You are going to see like much more, but straight up 8 mil. So before it was only 6.7. So literally like an extra 1.3 mil on top of that is incredible. If he's starting at 8 mil as a base while he's guarding and he's got a high chance of performing an additional super attack, he can look pretty mean on a 200% lead. Let's go to the next rotation and let's see how he can perform there. Okay, so here's another rotation with some better linking partners as well. The blue Kaioken Goku and the blue Vegito. or the Blue Evolution Vegeta. So 194, definitely much better. He only got hit twice. Does he finish his stack on this rotation? I think he might. I think that might have been the last hit. So 12 million. Jeez. Turn 2, 12 mil. Like, that's pretty good. I know he's obviously like pretty much fully built up. Does he do a double super here? He does. Yeah, look at that. Straight. 25 million. 25 million attack stat. Guarding, possibly at 400k defense. Like, that's very impressive. Yeah, and it was fully built up. All right, beautiful. So you can kind of see very quickly how much damage you can output, right? If he can be doing this in the turns that he is guarding, then he's going to be extremely useful at the start of fights, where he's pushing you to the point where all of your best characters are going to be viable near the end of the fight. So let's get in the rotation where he does pop off the Spirit Bomb, and let's see how much damage that does in comparison to a double 170% lead. Okay, so here's the rotation. Now, 250k defense, which is good. Now, I made a mistake and put it on. I blocked it twice, whatever, like an idiot. But you can end up seeing how much extra damage it did. Pretty much 30 mil damage in one hit. Like, that's actually absolutely crazy. Easily the hardest hitting attack in the entire game. There you go, guys. That was the pre-EZA and the post-EZA video for the Blue Kaioken Goku. I had a good time filming this one. I was actually rather impressed with the difference. It was way bigger of a difference in comparison to the STR Super Buu. If you haven't seen that, check that one out here. Let me know what you think of him in the comment section below, guys. And hopefully you're enjoying the 8th year celebration so far. We'll be coming out with the LR Super Saiyan Goku pre and post-EZA video probably tomorrow, so keep your eyes out for that one as well. I'll see you later, guys. Have a good one.